St. George Police Canine Handler Officer Joe Watson is proud to be partnered up with his dog Emma. For the past 2 years, this dynamic duo have patrolled the streets in search of drugs.
We're not teaching the dog anything new. This is what they're genetically designed to do, is to sniff and process odors. And we're just manipulating it to say, if you find this specific odor and you behave this specific way, you get to play with your toy.
Her sole purpose is to sniff out narcotics in order to keep them off the streets.
Marijuana, meth, coke, heroin, ecstasy, and shrooms. So those are the 6 odors that they detect and react to like she did there.
Watson is joined by other canine units in a weekly training session to prepare their dogs for what may seem like a simple routine of sniffing something out. But to them, it's like a big game of hide and seek. It doesn't take long for Enzo to find drugs in this pile of clothes.
Each dog will behave differently. As you see there, Enzo, when he's actually smelling odor, you'll see his tail start to circle in a circular pattern, only when he's on dope. I don't know why.
With a sense of smell about 40 times that of a human, these canines are genetically inclined to help their masters find things and solve cases. Odors permeate out of metal containers or bags, regardless of what they're kept in. A dog can smell it.
The only way you can fool a dog is to not let the odor out to where the dog can detect it. But you can mask it all you want, dog's still going to smell it. Based on what they detect and how they behave, if they indicate on a vehicle, that gives us probable cause. We can search that car. And like I said, there's cases daily that get generated and created specifically off of the dog simply just being there, that wouldn't exist otherwise.
Watson says the canines can search an area within a matter of seconds, which makes them an invaluable tool. The dogs are trained in various environments and are always excited to get started.
We want our dogs to be as acclimated to any environment that we could possibly put them in, whether it be dark, lit, loud, slick floors, just different things like that. We just want our dogs to be used to any environment we put them in. They're comfortable doing what they're trained to do.
Many of these dogs will soon train to serve dual purposes. They will learn to apprehend and track down suspects or find missing people. Vinny is a dual-role canine. Vinny not only finds drugs, but is also used to track people down for the sheriff's department. Carly is the newest member of the Washington County Drug Task Force. Her sole job as a service dog is to find drugs.
Just my dog alone, she's generated about 10 cases responsible for crimes just in the last couple weeks.
These canines are like high-endurance athletes and are on very strict diets. When they're not on the job, they live at home with their handlers. They have extremely high energy. While they require a lot of attention and manpower, and even maintenance, these officers say they are worth it.
The cheapest employee the city can have. She'll never ask for a raise. She's happy with what she gets paid with every day. As long as I'm fair to her and she gets to play, that's what she cares about.
While the patrol dogs do have to spend a lot of time in vehicles, each one is equipped with specialized fans and safety devices to make sure they don't get too hot. The deputy also wears a device on his belt that tells him the temperature inside the vehicle and alerts him if there is an environmental issue. The average work span for canines with a single purpose is 10 to 12 years, and about 5 to 7 years for dual-purpose dogs. But just like their handlers, these dogs take their duties very seriously and are rewarded with cheerful play and praise when they find it.
Ultimately, that's all she's looking for, just her toy, so she can play. Oh, that's a good girl, that's a good dope bird. She knows what I expect of her, and I know what to expect from her. And it's a partnership that you can't trade for any other tool or asset that the department has. I mean, she's being trained right now to track and detect human odor, so where she can track people if needs be. So there's the possibilities of utilizing these dogs is it's limited to our imagination.
In Washington County, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.